Okay, today I'm going to walk you through really quickly our updated garden. It'll be really quick, but we've accomplished a lot over the past 2 weeks probably. So Mountain Man bought me this cute little spearmint. It's really for him, but I like it. Another rosemary that I need to plant. Okay, these tomato plants were the ones that were inside and this little things like that. By the way, I won't be doing those again. They were just too shallow and too many things to deal with. Okay, so I transplanted these tomato plants into these big buckets. These are secondhand. So since my husband is a landscaper by trade, he always has these on hand. And so I've kept them over the years, and we just reuse them. So I've got probably 2 plants per pot right now. Word of caution, when you're transplanting tomato plants, they're probably going to be a little wilty for the first 2 or 3 days, but they will bounce back. Now these tomato plants have been outside for over 2 weeks, so they have hardened off, and I've actually started planting some of them already. These are cherry tomato plants and black giant tomato plants. My echinacea has come back up all on its own. It's doing really good. So we added some extra containers to our garden this year because I've planted a lot more. And I'm going to be honest, this is the first year where I've planted everything from seed. Now my herbs weren't from seed. Those are the only things that are not from seed this year. But everything else is from seed, so we were able to get these green buckets or containers at Home Depot. And they were like $10 each, and they're really big. And so organic compost and soil, and then I'll add some rabbit manure and straw to the top. This is a little tiny tomato plant that actually came back from last year, so I'm going to leave him. There's 2 in there. And you'll see we actually put compost and leaves on top of our containers at the end of the season. These are 2 transplanted tomato plants in our container. I do need to weed this portion of the garden, but you can see the kale is getting really big, which goes all the way down. And then we've got some cabbage coming up, and then over here is beets, but they of course have not started coming up yet. We have our peas, which have already started blooming. Here's another tomato plant we transplanted. And this one actually looks like it's getting ready to have some blooms on it soon, which is really exciting. We'll have early tomatoes this year. If you remember, I had carrots here, but we switched to onions. They came up really good, really well. And so basically what I'll just do is I'll lift this whole thing up and dig it all out and then put it back. In this large one, I have my carrots. I went ahead and planted my carrots the time I was supposed to. So we planted them this weekend, so they'll start coming up. As you can see, they have a lot of room to grow. Here's a better picture of these peas. And then we have a little strawberry plant here. We only normally get a couple strawberries from this, but I decided to let it grow again this year. And then the new thing for us this year, which surprisingly is doing really well, are these pepper planters. And these are the topsy-turvy pepper planters that I found on clearance. Oh gosh, back in the wintertime at Tractor Supply, they were like 50 cents each. And so I went ahead and I bought a bunch of them. I've never used the topsy-turvies, but, you know, since we have a small area, I need the space, and so I thought I might try them. I'll admit it was not easy getting the plants into the topsy-turvy, but they did not wilt. Normally, my transplants wilt for the first 2 days. They didn't. I just planted these a couple days ago, and they're really, really thriving in these. So these are the hot pepper topsy-turvies, but these I have banana peppers in one, jalapenos in one, and then I'm going to do one with smaller bell peppers. And so let me have a bigger view of everything. Sorry, there's a trailer in the way, but here's kind of everything and how it's looking. I gotta clean it up, but I'm not finished yet. So that's our small scale gardening for this year. Obviously we utilize all containers when we can, and then raised beds in whatever we don't have available. And then we also have another raised bed up near the driveway, but I think we're gonna just do herbs and flowers in that this year. So fun things happening. I have a lot more to do, but this is what we've accomplished already. So everything is out here in Virginia. Peppers are out, peas are out. Oh, I planted green beans too. I forgot to show you. Those are beside the peas in the raised garden bed. I planted those this weekend. Those are a little early, so we'll just wait and see, but it's supposed to be in the 80s the next 2 weeks. So I thought I'd give it a try. Tomatoes are out. They're out, and they're not even supposed to be out until May, and my peppers are out. So I got an early start this year. I think it's going to pay off really big because I really want to get an early harvest for my time constraints, and then I will replant again for my fall harvest once I harvest all this stuff. So that's what's happening. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy homesteading.